Mr. President, there is a reason why people in Iran are renaming streets after your name. They know that you are totally opposite to Barack Obama or Joe Biden.
Well, it's happening. The regime in Iran is actually about to topple, and it's pretty much going the distance without any sort of foreign intervention. But that brings us to the next point. There's about to be foreign intervention. The United States and likely Israel, either collectively, individually, simultaneously, or maybe scattered apart, are going to be intervening and basically helping the locals, helping Iran finally topple this absolutely disgusting regime. And that's what we're taking a look at today in this video, because the people of Iran are rising up. And in fact, people from Iran across the world are rising up, and they're calling on people to speak about it. So let's not waste any more time, and let's get into the nitty-gritty details of what is actually going on. The United States tells its citizens to leave and evacuate Iran immediately as Trump pressures Tehran over protest crackdown. Also, Trump has threatened to impose tariffs on any country that is doing business with Iran. So any country like Russia, China, so-and-so, any of the ands, any single country that wants to try to intervene or get behind Iran and support them in the back end, no. You will face the repercussions of tariffs and potentially the military might of the United States. The United States is also telling its citizens to leave Iran as Washington maintains its pressure on Tehran to seize its crackdown on protesters, and U.S. President Donald Trump threatens to strike the Iranian government over the issue. Leave Iran now, the U.S. stated in an alert published in on its virtual embassy website for Iran. Have a plan for departing Iran that does not rely on the United States government for help. The United States citizens unable to leave Iran, the advice is to find a secure location to stock up on food and other essential items and stay aware of their surroundings. Adding to threats of military action, Trump late on Monday announced that any country doing business with Iran will face a new 25% tariff on its exports to the United States. And I don't think it's going to end there. I don't believe that this is just going to be an economic war of attrition. I think you're going to start to see Trump send in troops, and potential bombing is going to happen in the next 24, 48 hours, which is why you're seeing so many people evacuating, which is why you have alerts for United States citizens to evacuate Iran. And they've also published on their websites, on government websites, the appropriate border crossings to go to and which are open, because shit is about to hit the fan.
Dana, good morning. New reports indicate at least 3,000 Iranians have been killed amid anti-government demonstrations. The confirmed number is expected to be much higher. Overnight, thousands of people gathered in the streets of major cities once again, including the capital of Tehran. Further south in the city of Isfahan, Fox News was able to make contact with a man who is using Starlink. He described battles between protesters and security forces who are using live ammunition. On the call, he said the government has really repressed them using weapons of war against the demonstrators. At the moment, the situation for the demonstrators in the street, the atmosphere is like a war zone, and some people are trying to escape from it. He goes on to say, I have to emphasize that among Iranian people, Trump is the most popular person right now. He has so much popularity because of the steps that he took toward preventing the growth of terrorism in the Middle East. They respect him. The internet blackout in Iran continues, making it difficult for people to get new information, although international calls were briefly going through overnight. The Americans, Israelis, and Europeans are watching these demonstrations closely, with German Chancellor weighing in today.
If a regime can only keep itself in power by force, then it's effectively at an end. I believe we are now seeing the final days and weeks of this regime. In any case, it has no legitimacy through elections in the population. The population is now rising up against this regime. I hope there is a possibility to end this conflict peacefully.
Amid the crackdown, there is growing fear among protesters. One man in Tehran messaged me overnight saying, my days are numbered. Dana?
Yeah, I think it's going to get significantly uglier before it does get better. But this regime has been trying, people have been trying to topple this. People have been talking about toppling this Iranian regime for a very, very long time. And it seems like it is really truly now or potentially never, which is why you're seeing the United States take such swift and immediate action to go and help the people of Iran that are being completely terrorized by the regime there. And I mean, don't even get me started on the strategic military advantage the United States would possess by helping liberate Iran from this regime. The United States would be embraced in the Middle East. They would have military bases, and then they would obviously be able to put up a lot of military support in that area, which, not saying it would be a direct threat or immediate threat to Russia or China, but it would definitely advance the military might and, global strategy that the United States is really trying to achieve. Tommy Robinson sharing a post from President Trump saying, Iranian patriots, keep protesting, take over your institutions, save the names of the killers and abusers. They will pay a big price. I have canceled all meetings with Iranian officials until the senseless killing of the protesters stops. Help is on the way. Make Iran great again. President Donald J. Trump. I mean, this is absolutely incredible for the Iranian people. The White House sharing on X, effective immediately, any country doing business with Iran is going to face 25% tariffs, confirmed by Donald Trump. President Trump's post here on Truth Social shared to X. I mean, this is massive, a massive step towards really just making sure that no other countries get themselves involved. You have people that are in Iran saying, Trump, help. People are begging for the United States for Trump to come in and actually help them be liberated from the Iranian regime.
90 million Iranians held hostage for 47 years because of your silence. American people, this is not about being politically correct. This is not about Islam. This is not about religion. This is about a cult. I beg you, I urge everyone, Democrat, Republican, please stand for people of Iran. This time, please stand by us.
On the surface, I know what you're probably thinking. This isn't the type of person with that type of voice to be saying, such nice things about President Trump wearing a Make America or Make Iran Great Again hat, which is obviously a play on words for the Make America Great Again, which is coined by President Trump. I mean, this is incredible, right? People are actually coming together and saying, you know what? America does really need to go into Iran and free the Iranian people from this disgusting regime that is basically plaguing the Middle East. Then we have this disgusting clip here by the Islamic regime that translates to, women are animals created by Allah to be used by men. Women are no different from cows, sheep, horses, or mules. God made women resemble humans so they wouldn't frighten men. These are the mullahs who rule Iran. Why do they hate women so much? And we're not going to play it because it's in their, in their native language, and I don't really want us to be subject to listening to or reading subtitles, but that is a direct translation. As you can see here, when I skim through it, the subtitles match what I just said. Holy smokes. The people are just rising up, man. Wow. to quote President Trump himself, the people of Iran keep fighting, keep standing up to the to this disgusting, corrupt regime because help is on the way. Iran's exiled crown prince has just sent a powerful message to President Trump. He says that Trump's stance has given Iranians the courage to stand up to the brutal regime. Where people are screaming death to America, the people of Iran are doing the opposite. They're embracing America. They're naming streets after the president, after Trump. They're showing the world who actually stands with them. And when this regime finally falls, he says a free Iran will remember who had their back.
Mr. President, you have already established your legacy as a man committed to peace and fighting evil forces. There is a reason why people in Iran are renaming streets after your name. They know that you are totally opposite to Barack Obama or Joe Biden. They know that you're not going to throw them under the bus as they have had before. This is why they believe that this time they are empowered by the hope that you have their back. Your words of solidarity with the Iranian people and your administration has had tremendous positive effect. Let's hope that we can permanently seal this legacy by liberating Iran so that we and you can make Iran great again.
I mean, that's absolutely powerful and incredible words. Oh, my goodness. And where's the Democrats? Where's the left in America? Why aren't they cheering this on, going, you know what? This is actually something that we agree with, too. And we've talked about doing this, but we never did because we're pussies. Where is the left when it comes to this? Here's a photo that shows how many people Iran's Generation Z is on the streets while the Islamic dictatorship hides in the bunkers. Iran's revolution holds a crucial place in the world's political landscape. Donald Trump's open support is a clear signal. Change is inevitable, and it really seems like we are heading down that path. I mean, when have you ever seen the United States president so openly support a regime change in the Middle East? Not to mention the fact that it's the people of Iran that have started it, and it's the American president, specifically Trump, that is saying, you know what, it's time and we are doing this. This is absolutely incredible. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the like, make sure you turn on post notifications so you can actually be notified of upcoming videos. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys in another one. Bye for now.